Oh, without a doubt. I've said it a million times. A lot of people point to the date that Scott Hall made his appearance, and then when Kevin Nash made his appearance subsequent to that. But the ratings were still going back and forth at that point, and they hadn't made a clean, decisive victory and taken off at that point. But as soon as after that bash at the beach, the very next Monday, everybody wanted to see what the hell was going on with Hulk.
Yeah.
They took off, and they didn't look back. So that was the turning point. I mean, the numbers don't lie, and sometimes they do. But that is where everything changed, because they took tradition, quote, in the wrestling business, and they took a character that was so pure in so many ways, and all of a sudden flipped him on his head and ran with it. It was new, it was fresh, it was different, but it was with familiar characters that had gotten over in the WWF and had made their name there, their big names there, that go over to the WCW, and it looked like, well, oh gosh, that's what it is. It's all these guys coming from the WWF into WCW now. I don't know. I think it would have, because I'm a real old school wrestling guy. I like distinctive characters. I like to know this guy's bad, this guy's good. And with Hulk, they had so much of the good shoved down their throat for so many years that a formula, if you want to go by formula, which in these days you have to throw completely out the window, a bad Hulk Hogan made a lot of sense. And it probably would have made a lot of sense pre his WCW days in the WWF and would have done spectacular. But what a lot of people don't take into consideration in making those kind of moves, no different than John Cena right now. Everybody screams, oh, God, John Cena, turn him heel, the crowd boos him, Merchandise he sells, the endorsements he has, the face of the company, the hardest working guy in the business right now is John Cena. Never seen the guy slow down. I mean, he's amazing. But when you change his character on TV, outside advertisers, outside forces are now all of a sudden going to look at, do we really want that representing our company? Do we really? It may be a storyline to us, to the advertisers, and to the business world. They're looking at a franchise. They're looking at someone they can invest in and get a return on their investment. And thus far, John Cena in his current role is doing that for him. Hulk Hogan in his role at that time was still doing that for the WWF. So why change that? Why mess with the number of merchandising deals that Hulk Hogan brought to the table? Big difference is that Hulk did it in a company, and Eric will readily admit this, in a company that didn't have those merchandising deals in place. They didn't have the sponsors in place. They didn't get all that until they started getting the eyeballs that Hulk, as a character, brought them. So now, all of a sudden, and I do believe that Hulk and that character, as well as Nash and Hall, coming from the WWF, that helped gave the NWO instant credibility, made it cool, and all of a sudden they went, oh, shit, we've got something here. Credit, again, it was different. It was completely different than what we were doing in the WWF at the time. We had very distinct lines drawn, and we had, we had the good guys and the bad guys. We didn't have gray guys.